So, what has been the most difficult thing about this production?
Difficult thing. The most difficult thing about bringing a production like this to life is not only the time when it was set, because Sartre wrote this in 1944, but it's also how he presented the ideas, the themes, the context, and how that can be presented into a modern audience. So how they would be able to understand the subtext, the subconscious, the themes and stuff, and how they can just understand every little detail that's been going into a play like this. So that's been the challenging part, refining the details of this world and seeing how an audience can see it.
Alex, within the 4 characters of your play, there are a multitude of themes that are touched upon and introduced through these characters. Would you say you have any of these characters' traits within you, and did the themes of the play, has it influenced your directing style?
The main themes of the play are the themes of grief, judgment, choice and truth, and they are ultimately impacted on the entire play, because the question I was asking myself when I was first adapting the play was, can the truth set these people free? As I read on, I discovered, I'm not going to go into big spoilers, but as I discovered, the answer became more clear in an understanding way. So it sort of did help, like, not only just instigate the vision for the play, but also the characteristics, the motives, their objectives, and their super objectives throughout. So, yeah, I'd say the traits did help, yeah.
If you could play any character in the play, what character would you want to play?
That's a good question. The Attendant. I've hired a pretty I'm joking.
Thanks, mate.
I'm joking. No, I'd actually like to have a little crack at the Attendant. Seems like a character that's got all the power in the world. Actually, he has no sense of care. He's very vague. He's very mysterious in the way he talks and stuff. And just bringing that sort of level of vagueness and stuff would be funny to play.
What's been the best thing about this production so far?
The cast. I don't even kid when I say that. The actual cast. They've been dedicated. They've been engaged. We've only had a few minor crises, and they've just progressed. They've been pushing through. We've all been on the same wavelength. I've been giving them as much creative freedom as I can, and just getting them into the correct momentum, correct direction, the correct vision that I've had from this play, and just helping them throughout, because they're a very dedicated cast, and we'll not change the world for them.
What do you love about directing this play?
What do I love about directing this play? What do I love about directing this play?
They all jump out at once.
This kind of play is a challenge. This play is a challenge to sort of bring to an audience, not just a modern audience, but technologically advanced, technologically driven society. Getting a play that was almost basic and stuff, trying to get that into an audience where most plays or films or most art you see these days is about technology or something. Getting something that's sort of got a rich essence, rich vibrance into building health, rather than something about not 1984, but something about phones taking over the world, something like Black Mirror or something like that. Having something that's completely different, completely flipped from the modern, outgoing standard for directing, especially for a first directing project, which this is.
If there was a character you could play in this cast, who would it be? I've already asked that.
You have, yeah.
What do you hate about your directing piece? Is there any, not hate, but if there is any challenges you've faced so far?
Any challenges? Cutting down this was originally before I even had this full script. Actually, no, it was when I had the full script written. Cutting it was difficult to cut because there's so many rich, vibrant scenes that are there. But also, not just cutting it, but also length of time as well, because we've got to stick this between 45 minutes and an hour. And just if we was over long, I didn't want to have the audience falling asleep or being bored or being just disengaged by it. And just that was one of my biggest challenges when directing, and also what else would I say is a challenge? Cutting, just to cut in and just finding like almost like short moments that can stand out into a scene like this and into a play like this, which is tough.
Without giving any spoilers away, what is your favourite line and why?
This is how well I know the script. It's this is no, that's a spoiler line.
Out of context is technically not a spoiler.
Out of context, it's right by the end. Alright, it's a line that is going to give some vague spoilers away. Gordon says it right by the end, and he says, "Hell is other people," and the reason I like that line is because it sort of is a culmination of all the events that happen in the play. It just sort of sums up the entirety of the play, and then it just sort of sums it up as a whole. It's just like the entirety of the exit, and it almost says a little bit about university as well. I kid, of course.
Thank you very much for your time, Alex.
Thank you.